What's up, friends? Welcome to CollectHer, the podcast where we talk about women's sports cards. I'm Ty from Bullpen, and
I'm Anne Marie Farrell from Women on Tops.
we're doing full names now. I really am enjoying how this started. So on this episode of CollectHer, we're going to talk about our national recap. We're going to talk about PWHL, the new release, the 2025 from Upper Deck, and we're gonna maybe who knows what else we'll get into. Maybe we'll talk about the special signing that a few members of the Indiana Fever did uh over the weekend.
I unfortunately am property of Lexi Hull, so I can't comment on it without asking her first.
Well, you and JC Sheldon should get together and have a little chat. But yeah, where do you want to start? Should we talk about some of our favorite
Let's talk.
moments?
Let's talk about how Ty got crushed at malicious gratitude at the
Okay,
national.
so I
Crushed,
did get
like
crushed on malicious.
crushed,
Yeah. Okay, I got crushed.
crushed. Okay, should we explain for any listeners,
What it
like
is?
like
Yes.
the like the four people that are listening that don't already know this because they're our
Yeah.
friends? Like, do you
Yeah.
want to explain, because you got
I
destroyed in it?
think
Why don't you
you
explain it?
are better with words and you will explain malicious gratitude. And then I can talk about I have some examples. I brought only
Crushed.
one. Um, and I will explain how I have now what I've learned about the
Oh, the game.
process of the game from you, because it's the first time we did it where it wasn't in the mail.
Right. And that's like the
Okay.
best time to do it. Okay. So malicious gratitude, I feel like is a game that like collectors and collector groups of friends have been playing for ages, but there wasn't like a term for it, right? So basic, and we'll talk about, I won't go into the epistemology of the term malicious gratitude. Anyway, but basically this is how the game works. If you're unfamiliar, right? Let's say I get a card that like I think Ty would like, right? Like Ty likes ACFC, right? Which is a shame for her, but she's a fan and fandom is about suffering, right? So let's say I get a I don't know, like the Casey Fair card we'll use because this one extended past the national, right? And I'm like, "Oh, Ty would love that card, right?" So what I do is however it being, if we are see each other, but like for instance, I will, like that Casey Fair card, for instance, I will, if it's through the mail, I will just send it to Ty, right? Or I will, for instance, let's say hypothetically, sneak it in her backpack at National without her knowing, so she finds it later because the winning continues, right? This is the game. So Ty gets the card, and Ty is excited about that card, right? Because Ty likes Casey Fair and likes ACFC, right? And she's like, "This is awesome. This is amazing. Damn you, Anne Marie, for sending it. Like, oh, I need to get revenge." So then Ty finds an amazing card, like a Jordy Ball auto or a Gretchen Walsh auto or any couple of cards that I got played with at National. And then she'll either send it to me or sneak it into me, right? Like as we were doing at National, sneak it into menus and things like that. So the game just continues, right? Because you're grateful, but I'm not going to lose at this, right? And the game continues until the first one dies. And then I guess it's over and you lost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've
A
been
beautiful
spending a lot
symphony.
of time thinking about this since the national. Okay, so the things I learned about malicious gratitude in person is one, the sneaking. I could not, I did not know about the sneaking.
The
The
sneaking is
sneaking
really
was
good.
muted, and then I didn't know about like piecing it out one at a time.
Mm.
So I think that's now I understand about the sneaking and the piecing it out. And I'm not a person who commits crimes at the national, but
I
land
think
divas deserve love too.
I think what's key, yes, I think what's key about, which I will say this, I find that it takes some of my like male friends longer to sometimes understand that the purpose of malicious gratitude isn't like expensive cards. It's
Yeah.
cards that can create the maximum anger in your friends. And not just the the like how cool they'll think their card is, but just how sneaky you can be. Like John Brogy, very good at this. Like he's good at like I sent him a one of one of Laney, and that jerk like saw me at the national like a few months later, and he's like, "Hey, can you hold this for me?" And then like I'm busy talking to someone, puts it in my hand, and that jerk takes off running. Like like I couldn't chase him down because I wasn't wearing the right bra. Like, and it was a good card. That was the Sabrina Nike swoosh. Like, it's not about expensive cards. It doesn't need to be an expensive card. It's just the rage you can create in the manner
Yeah.
that you do it.
I mean, I didn't even know this Casey Fair was in my bag. You're like, did you see the Casey Fair in your bag? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I hadn't opened that pocket since I got back in my bag.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You asshole.
Exactly. So like this is the joy, and I think collectors do this. Like we give cards to each other.
Yeah.
But like my circle group of friends very good at this. We've
Yeah.
gotten
I've
very good
only
at this.
been in it for about a year with you now. And so now and it was my first national doing it with you. So next year I will be more prepared or whatever we
I don't I just feel
probably
bad for you. Just quit. Just quit.
I'm not quitting, man.
Can't beat Anne Marie and animes. Can't. I
No.
would love to hear people. I would love for people to message us, like message us on at our Instagram about your stories of malicious gratitude, or is there something else you call it? I know we had this whole debate with a bunch of my friends about what the term should be, and someone's like flamingoing, like when you flamingo in someone's yard, or
Going.
but I think we've settled on like
Yeah.
it's malicious, but you're grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think malicious gratitude is perfect for what we're doing here, and I will never give up and never surrender. And I don't I'm you know I'm a little bit more of a newbie. I mean, I've been sending friends cards, but never like on the level of what you've created now. So
It was so fun. We were at dinner and everyone's like tired and we're eating dinner. And I had an incident where I may have tripped and there was some bag issues. And so everyone's like laughing. And Ty asked for a menu. And it's like I just slide her the menu and there's a Thompson out of five in there. And everyone knew.
yeah.
Like everyone looked at you
Yeah.
and saw your face and was like, oh.
I think not, but how did you find that in that moment after I mean, yeah, what was your least favorite part of the match? Speaking of.
So I'm a big like I did not okay. I had like a camera bag that was like camera storage and it was like a little backpack. It was from Amazon,
Yeah,
right?
we actually put it on. It was on an earlier episode when we
I
were
was very
giving
excited about this.
advice.
So I don't know what happened, right? I'd been up for like 15 hours, right? Like I'm not sure. I couldn't operate heavy machinery. I was coming from the trade night that we were a co-sponsor of. Like, and I had, I was tired. I just wanted to go see my friends and incite rage with Ty and others through malicious gratitude. So what I think happened was that the zipper wasn't completely pulled all the way. So there was a gap, right? And I was walking by myself because I was there late cleaning up from a trade night. And I'm walking to where folks were, and I tripped on something. I don't know what I tripped on. Probably nothing, right? The universe was just like, I was like feeling good and being like, I'm an adult and I can figure this out. And here's my little backpack. And the universe was like, hold my beer. So I think what happened is I tripped on something. And what was happening is I had a lot of cards in my bag, right? Like I wish I could create a cartoon dramatization of this. Like if you do physics, maybe you can come on the show and explain this, right? So I think what happened is I'm going forward and there's some lift, right? Because I ain't a small creature, right? And Lord knows I was not put on this earth to fly. And the bag came forward, and I think the card shifted enough so that the zipper, which wasn't pulled through, opened up. And if you're at the National, on that Saturday night there was fireworks, I think at the baseball game. So the night sky is lighting up and there's lots of fireworks. And as I'm flying through time and space, I just see my cards like fly over me, right? And I'm just thinking like at first I thought protect your head. And then I was like, this is why people slab stuff. So then I fell and my cards are kind of everywhere. So at first I made sure that I still had everything but my dignity and I just like scooped them all up. And when I got and there was like I was oh that's why I was carrying a big bag of stuff from the trade night for you So you're part of the problem, Ty.
After
And
you took
I
all
like
your cards out of that bag, it weighed nothing. I don't know what you're talking
whatever.
about.
So
It's
I scooped
beautiful.
everything up. So I get to
Yeah,
the table
yeah,
where
yeah.
Ty and a bunch of our friends are at. And I must have just looked, I don't know. I just looked like I'd been through something. I looked like I'd experienced something.
You look like Christy Gnomeshaw, your puppy.
I looked like I lived a life. And all my cards were just like like everyone was just like, oh no. And
Mhm.
then aside to this, we talk about coming back to the malicious gratitude. Angie, my national convention wife, surprised me with an actual case, a legit like case. So
And what did we call those on the podcast last time? The Zion cases?
is that like the mug me gently or
Yeah.
the
So,
yeah.
would you rather be mugged or would you rather have all the cards flying all
You
over the
know,
place?
I will say this, my cards were fine. There may have been a little grass shard in a like Trinity Rodman parallel, but other than that, they're all fine. No ACLs were torn.
No ACLs.
It was one of the safest incidents involving women athletes. So nobody is on the, DL right now.
We're glad you're okay.
I am fine.
The
But
cards,
again,
yeah.
that story ended in an act of malicious gratitude, which I already am plotting my revenge.
And a lovely night of hanging out with friends. I thought we had a good that was one of the better evenings
That
of
was fun.
good
There's lots
fun.
of mockery. Yeah, I
Lots
enjoyed it.
lots lots of laughing, so you're crying,
It was
unfortunately.
like people are just talking about the national, and someone would be like, "Yeah," and then that time that Anne Marie flew through time and space.
She would not let us go back to the scene of the crime.
It was too close. My body, my choice. I just needed some time.
And we could not get
Next year we can reenact it next year with Sidewalk Chalk.
I would have loved to get some CCTV footage, but we did not get to
I
know what
don't think so.
happened. So
I'm gonna contact Rosemont and see if I can have a memorial bench put with a little placard that says like in honor of my dignity being lost. Maybe I bet I could get Zion to sponsor it.
it is a good
You wanna sponsor the bench, Zion, you let us know.
shout out Zion. It was not their case that something happened with. It was the Amazon backpack. So
Timu follows. So yeah, the national. What I don't know what thoughts do you have? Like what are your prevailing wisdom or thoughts on the national?
I thought it was really super well attended.
Mm.
Um, my my accidents all happened being hit by doors because people couldn't see through the doors. So maybe next time, like,
Oh, don't even
let's be
yeah.
able to see through the door wraps because I got hit pretty hard with a door.
It's such a bad idea. I mean, I hate saying that, but like, so I work within like sport event management, and I immediately took pictures of the doors and texted some of my buddies who still work in high level event management and was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate this a 14 in security. And they were like, absolutely. Because you can't,
Yeah,
if I'm walking up with a bazooka, you can't see me,
yeah.
right? Like it's just not good for
Just
security.
dangerous for security, dangerous for my face, all around. Not good.
I mean, the National is basically a giant room of suspicious white men. So like it's if you're profiling, right, there's already a concern.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of doors, we did some interviews with some former greats.
We had so much fun.
We did
I
have
can't believe you just handed a microphone to me. That's just such a bad idea. Anyway,
no regrets.
no regrets. YOLO National 2025. Because as probably anyone listening to this can tell, we don't really script stuff because what's the fun there? We're just,
I
two
mean,
people
the
talking about
interview
sports.
questions had some plan.
We again, yes, we thought up interview
Yeah.
questions. But yeah, it was. I mean, Cynthia, Cheryl, Tarasi. I mean, they were couldn't have been nicer. And Cheryl Miller, I think lovingly smelled my hair and caressed me. I felt like a koala bear because she was just like I was just like perched on the tree, and I feel like she kind of nuzzled me. But it was all very. It was consensual, and couldn't have been nicer. Um, I will say I was a little worried about. So I have my friend Jason in 20, what was it, 2021, when there was the alleged door incident with Diane Taurasi. He sent me a surprise. He made a door relic with Taurasi, a door relic card of the alleged door incident. And I was like, I want to get Taurasi to sign this. But I was like, I don't want to like offend her. Like, I don't know if that's bad. Like, if I don't want to ask offensive things. Now with the Sophie Cunningham thing, I'm like, pfft, whatever. I could have just asked for, I should just, you can do whatever, I guess. So, but she was just great. Like, they were all great and she was really into it. It was just like, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We
They
had a lot
were
of fun. We had a lot
they
of
were
fun
so
with
nice.
collectors, talking to dealers. We had a good time. It was
I,
fun. It was fun
I
to chat with people.
I know. I feel like almost we didn't do enough, but I think the content that we did put out was like really true to us and good. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
100%. And like we're tired too, right? Like a
yeah,
lot of
man.
these like podcasters and content creators are all like 24 years old with like knees that work. Like I haven't
Have
seen
like 10 videographers and editors with them.
10 videographers, 8 things. They have like, their ACLs and MCLs are all intact. I haven't seen my knees since the 80s. Like I can't work under these conditions. So no, it was fun doing content stuff. So
Yeah. Well, I
I think
feel like we have to shout out John. Like
oh
John
yeah.
gave us a home again at the National.
John Brogy with JKJ. Yes, I said that right.
JKJ, yeah.
Collectibles. He just did an amazing job. He spent months really creating just the most exceptional WNBA spot that you will ever see at a card show. And he just did an amazing job. And yeah, it was a cool hangout place, which it always is. So which is good. John's kind of a power introvert. So I always say
He
I'm
really
his
is.
emotional support extrovert. I'm gonna get a little vest. It's funny, like it was nice to see being kind of I was, I would say I got around, but like spending a lot of time at his tables, it was nice to see people ask for different names, because
Yeah.
it's just like it's gonna be, a couple of names, but really I saw a lot of like diversity in terms of it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, like in terms of the players featured. Um, so that was cool. WNBA wax was pretty scarce, I would
Yeah.
say. Wasn't a lot of wax. One thing, like we went to SoCo, which is the soccer show that sort of happens adjacent to the National. And it's a great, I mean, they had it in an indoor soccer arena. There was a lot of tables. It was 96 degrees. So I
96
love
degrees is kind. I had to take off my hat. I was sweating so
I
much.
lost like yeah, I was like it's been a while since I've been in a and that it was basically like a bunch of gay men in a sauna. It was a long time before I've seen that. And someone's gonna maybe edit that out, maybe not. It's not wrong.
No, Zach's over here shaking his head. He's not editing shit
He's
out.
not editing that out.
Oh
That's right,
god.
right? Like
Yeah.
but I will say this, and I'm not critical to be critical. The soccer is completely invisible at the National. It seems irrelevant, like it doesn't exist at the National. That I think I get the idea of finding a place because so much of the National is how long it takes to get a table. They put the new people on the second floor, which was like 18 hamsters running in a wheel, bumping
Yeah.
into each other. But like, I feel like it's maybe having the opposite effect.
There
That
are a few, there's a little, I mean, like Anna from Tampa Sports Cards has soccer. But generally, I think all the soccer guys just went and did SoCo instead.
gone. There is
Gone.
literally, I saw maybe one or two people that had soccer at the entire national.
Yeah.
So for me, what I worry about as someone who does collect soccer is is it making soccer look irrelevant in the biggest stage for sport card collecting? Like if you were, remember when like 11-year-old awkward Ty went to her first national? If
Yeah.
11-year-old awkward Ty, who's like shorter than you and still questionably wears sunglasses inside, if 11-year-old Ty went to the national, would she think support soccer cards is a big part of the hobby? Which it is. It's a big part of collecting.
It is a big part of collecting. I think it's just getting bigger and bigger.
You wouldn't
Um,
know that at the national.
you wouldn't. You absolutely wouldn't know that the
I don't
national.
think that's good for the soccer niche.
I don't think it is either. Um, and I
There
think
was more when there's more WNBA. than soccer at the national.
I mean, I look, that's good for WNBA, but
Yeah.
it's not good for look. I think the WNBA has had the growth with Caitlin Clark. I mean, however you spell it, to like really become mainstream that people are growing their interest beyond her. Like what you said at John's table, people were like really asking for a lot of different players. I think there were a lot of collectors there, but people would ask for soccer from John.
Oh
And
yeah.
I mean, and he had a few cards in the case, but there was a lot of, he's like, oh, you have women's, but where's the women's soccer? I think of all the soccer I saw, I think women's soccer was like super underrepresented. I think all the women's soccer stuff I got at the National, I bought at Soko, or you maliciously gave me, and I was very
I don't
thankful.
know what you're talking about. I will say this also. At Soko, I saw a lot of my friends, and I always love trading, right? Trading is my favorite part. I met some new folks who wanted to trade, and I literally, a lot of us will put the like recent comps on the back of the card, and I'd like pick up a card out of their mug me case, and I'd look at it, and I'd be like, "Do not trade like Jaden Shaw for at 15," and she's like, "Yeah, the last comp was $23." I'm like, "Stop selling these cards at such low comps." Like, I literally like someone would bring me women's soccer to like even buy, and I'm like, "You should keep that." Like it's so low right now. It's
I
crazy.
think a lot of it is a hold until the next World Cup, honestly.
I mean, even seeing Casado, I mean, some of the cards, even at Soko, I was like, I just, part of me was like, this is why I'm a terrible capitalist in this hobby. Because instead of being like, I'll buy, I'll buy, I'll buy, I was like, that's ridiculous. I like turned into like a get off my
Yeah.
lawn boomer,
Put that
where I was just like,
back in your box, young lady.
my God, that's offensive. Like in my day, we would have to pay at least 100 for that. Like literally, I would just like just don't. So I
Yeah.
think, or you got the like, the guy at National that wanted, $4,000 for for the Sophia out of 5 auto, and he's like, I'm looking for 4,000. I'm like, I want to be a size 4. Like we all want things, right? But like that's, they haven't realized that the market is drastically
Yeah.
down on women's soccer.
Yeah.
But always a good time. I love the National. It's so fun. But the National is about people.
It's about people. In
I
fact,
do.
I think almost everyone, you and I did a lot of malicious strategy, but I think I picked up a card from almost everyone we were like hanging out with.
Yeah, because it's like fun to trade.
It's fun to trade. Um,
So I do think there are people at Upper Deck that didn't so like we bought some Goodwin because I'm a big women's hockey collector, and I was
this is the story.
and we're ripping the Goodwin, which Goodwin this year, the best it's been. Like
Oh my God,
Goodwin,
it's so good.
it's
25
so good.
Goodwin, best it's been in many years. It's fantastic. What a great product. We love
Knocked
it.
it out of the park. Love
Out of
it.
the
So
park.
we're like ripping it and stuff, and like, I'm like chatting with other people, and I move it, and all I see is the Lamal 1 of 1. And I was just like, oh,
Crazy.
crazy hit, right? And everyone around is just like, right? Like, oh my God. So of course I march out because I was chatting with Upper Deck folks about like, I'm a big Philly A collector, really excited. So I like walk up, and I think Ty, you were there for this. And I'm like, look, guys, right? Like, it's Goodwin, right? I'm chasing Ball, I'm chasing Walsh, and what do I hit? This like random soccer dude from Spain. And they all just kind of like looked at me.
Yeah,
And
they
they
didn't,
just
the sarcasm was not totally digested right away by some of them.
Well, it's funny because one of my friends was saying that like he was at one of the parties, and someone mentioned that I had hit the like 1 of 1 the mall, and someone was like, "Yeah, she was like not happy," and they were like, "No, no, she was just being Anne Marie. Like she was just being like because basically I was like that when people are like, why did they put women in like." Why do they put women in men's products? Like now I got this card, right? Which I think is changing a little bit, but you still sometimes get that. Um, but it was kind of, even my post on Instagram, I like tried to use the same language that they do. And some people got it, and some people were like, he's actually pretty good. And I'm like,
It's actually pretty. Yeah. No kidding.
actually pretty good. So
Oh, that was. Oh, what you want to say? What? No, I don't know. You ended up making a deal for the card, but it was interesting because there were a bunch of people at the table, and they were like, "How much do you want for it? How much do you want for it?"
well, and this is where it goes. Well, actually, like I say, so I made a deal, and I traded it to a big soccer collector, a big Lamal collector, and I traded it for a case of PWHL. the new PWHL, which maybe we'll talk or we'll open some today. And it was funny because a lot of people would come to me and they would just do this like kind of like I didn't always know them, and it's fun meeting people. And I got a bunch of like long-term hold. You probably want to, I would keep the Lamal instead of wax. And I would just be like, I'm fat and I'm 47. Like, how long is long term? How long do you defer joy for?
Yeah.
Right. And again,
Yeah.
like, was my case good? No. Am I still glad I traded for it? Absolutely. Because it's really fun. I'd still
Yeah.
rather have, I love women's hockey, right? And to a certain extent, it's like, for me at least, it's not about the long-term financial ramifications. It's about, man, there's women's hockey cards. Yeah, absolutely. Let's trade that. So I think it was one of those like win-wins.
I think so too. I think he was happy. I think you were happy.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I think that was a good
What
uh
was your best? What was your best trade?
I had a bunch of them. I don't know. I had some I think I bought more than I traded. I did trade. Okay, so I finally Zach's gonna put the stand back up. Yeah. All right.
Wow,
I
that
traded
is that
this.
like special effects? Is that as close as we get to special effects?
That's pretty much for us, unless we will, maybe we'll do some explosions or something. So I only had this in a 9, so I traded this with John had it at a 10.
Such a label whore.
I've just been never able to gem one, so I got that. And then shout out to Beckett because they really did me a solid with doing some quick grading. And I have to say,
Oh, I didn't see what your grades came back as.
oh, you didn't?
No,
I
this
don't
is
know,
the
maybe
reveal.
this is
9.5, very nice.
the Kiki. I bought it that morning and then I submitted it.
I was gonna say, I think I was there when you bought it.
Yeah, John was nice enough to let me pick up a couple. I actually bought this because the guy wouldn't sell me the other card,
Oh, that's right, the angel that you
the
wanted.
angel, the AI, which is right here.
Did,
Aha.
did you grade that one?
Yeah.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is a good grade.
Yeah, I
See,
think I only had one. I submitted a hockey a PWHL. Where is that card? I don't know where that one
I
is.
just assume you always get sevens or nines.
I got it here. Here's a 9.
That's nice.
I picked that up the same morning. It was like the one morning I really ran around and tried to find cards. And then Marta, I brought this with me.
9.5, that's very nice.
So shout out to Parkside. It came back a 9.5. But it
See,
was
people,
but
Parkside
corners
can get a 9.5.
they were really strict on corners on all the subs got a 9. I did a trade no, I bought a card. Joy did a trade and I ended up buying the card that she traded. This was on the last day.
Wow, man, that is a nice relic from Walmart. That is a one of one TJ
They
Maxx
Dick's
special.
Sporting Goods, so
Man, the
yeah, that
does
was
it
a
still have the fingerprints of that 16-year-old Dick's Sporting Goods employee who got to shelve that?
Caitlin also hosed me on a trade, but in the trade I got cash on this.
Oh,
And then
that's
DJ got traded like the next day, so and then I
I don't
ended
know.
up finding
Honestly, Honestly, Sims just got picked up on the fever. Should I be listing all her rookie cards for a
yeah,
$1,000 now?
sell the Sims. List
I
the
can't look.
Sims.
All I
Move the
need is
Sims.
Katie Smith. All I need is Katie Smith to start dating Caitlin Clark, and I can retire. Can we start a rumor? That's not going to get edited out.
No, it's not.
It'd be amazing though. That'd be amazing for my for my
I
chances
feel
to,
like everyone should get like the Sherrod PCs going too. I just thought that was so fun. She's gonna be 2 years in a row champion, maybe. They really, it was like you're just like pretty much like giving a lot of middle fingers with that pickup because they really needed a guard to handle the ball in Indiana. And the Lynx were like, nope. So
absolutely
I'm wearing this shirt today.
pay
So
us what you owe us.
there you go. Um oh, I picked up a card from Sharon too, who was also on with us. It is a entertainment card of a gentleman, but
Oh, this is one of your nerd stuff.
this was to complete my set, so
So I have a question. No, this
Yeah.
you UPC knight, like people who've been knighted in England.
Yeah. Dames and sirs.
Okay, so do you have like a Judy Dench auto?
Oh yeah. Judy
Judy
Dench,
Dench have a
Maggie
card?
Smith. I mean Lewis
Is it
Hamilton.
autos or cards?
I autos and cards. Mostly autos though.
How did that start?
I just kind of was like buying like, Harry Potter and like what else? X-Men and other sets, and I just kind of was like, "Oh, look what I'm doing," accidentally. James Bond, where Judy Dench is in James Bond, so it was a lot of buying and subbing.
I want the only Judy Dench card I would buy is like if there was like a relic from Shakespeare in Love. That she's the best line in that movie. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, not in
I
a
know
long time, but yeah.
I know something of a woman in a man's profession. By God, I do. It's the best joke. It's the best line in that movie, Judy Dench.
Dame Judy Dench, no
Game
thought.
Judy Dench.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just like an accidental, but I used to like PC like cards of like Knicks getting posterized by other players, and all of a sudden I had like way too many Michael Jordan cards, so I just stopped doing that one. There's a guy who collects like all players with like afros.
That's awesome.
I don't know. Like it just you get into weird stuff, and then I'm like, I have too many cards, so now I'm moving on from this
I
collecting.
think 25 years I think like 25 years ago that it was a weird thing where I'm like maybe I'll just collect women's sport cards. It took a while for me to become hip, I guess.
I'm still not hip enough. I'm
You wear
we're a
glasses
bunch of old
indoors.
we're a bunch of Gen Xers over here, so what are we gonna do? Do we want to open a PWHL box and talk about PWHL now since we've
I
talked?
mean, I always want to open PWHL.
Do you want to show any cards from the national?
Ah, I that would mean I have to unpack them.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah,
and
no.
I don't have the special effects like you have there.
Fair. I mean,
Zach,
just let's show them like, no,
yeah, but then it's like
no.
yeah, but then you're like, yeah.
I should
I
have
think
given like a really in-depth description for all the people who are not watching us and listening on audio, but we showed a bunch of cards. Go watch it on YouTube. All
we
right.
should play a game. We should play a game where you describe the card and I have to guess what card it is. But can only describe it by like these are good games like ways that non-fans would describe the
Okay.
athlete.
Like well, how about like non-fans?
Like casuals, if you're just a casual WNBA, she's a
She's really
brunette,
she's
she's a
she's
brunette,
she's she's yeah, she plays
holds
for
the
that
ball.
team in that Sue Bird played for.
Right. I think they're the Packers.
You know, the back. It's like
Plays for the
green.
Green Bay Packers.
But I feel like I would go like completely the other way. I'm like, okay, she's engaged to another WNBA player.
Oh,
That,
you'd lose
that,
it. And
that,
then it would be like they'd be like, I think she played for UConn, but would say that about everyone,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Well,
you're like, but
UConn
Dawn
does
Staley
have
did not play for UConn. No, she definitely played for UConn.
UConn. I think
He was
has
on one of those championship teams.
UConn does have the most active players in the WNBA right now out of any college.
That doesn't surprise me.
They're
All right, do you want
PWHL. Yeah, we're gonna talk
let's
about it.
talk
I'm putting it on
PWHL.
screen. We're putting
All
on.
right.
We're gonna do it.
We need to use Zach's. So PWHL came out
Yeah.
last Wednesday.
The 6th. Yeah, last Wednesday.
6. So I was very excited. I've been collecting women's hockey for about 15 years. And Upper Deck, this is Upper Deck's second sort of like hobby traditional product. They've released a lot of game day moments. Um, they released one set for PHF. Last year's debut set was incredibly popular, particularly when you saw the price keep escalating on the secondary market. So I think this one came in with a certain amount of hype. It was the first product release that they've done traditionally with autographs. It's a 50 base. When I say autographs, I mean we've seen 4 of them. So, uh, you know, there's no odds, which tip me to it's probably going to be bad. Um, I didn't think it would be this bad. So I got my case. I was very excited. Um, I got no autos, and I got one card to a print run under 50 in an entire case.
One card to a per runner was it number to 10?
25, an insert.
Oh, interesting. An insert. Yeah, that's
So,
problematic. Like, I feel like a case should at least have like an outburst of 25 or a high gloss to 10 in it. Has
or
to,
maybe an auto.
or maybe an auto. I mean,
This
I
is
don't
this.
know. They said they didn't print a lot, but they
Well, they
definitely
have
printed more.
well, they have 29 athlete autos and 5 of his signature. Now, understand this: the majority of the autos in this are literally the base card with a sticker auto on the front
Right.
and word auto on the back.
Yep.
Right? So it's not like a huge design difference. Here's my here's my thought, right? And I would say this even if I got a wildly crazy case, right?
Yeah.
I think at this price point, because this is now $229 a box at major retailers, right?
Right.
I believe at this price point, PWHL collectors expect an auto, right? Because again, I think if I think about the people I interact with within the Facebook community, the Instagram community with PWHL, there's like two. I would put PWHL collectors right now in two camps. One, bunch of us old folks that have been collecting women's hockey for maybe 8 to 10 years, right?
Wait,
Really,
never mind.
again, they tend to be,
No.
really big collectors of Upper Deck Team Canada. Now, you have to understand this also.
Hmm.
If you had asked me, and even still to this day, what is the best women's sport product? If people had asked me this for the last decade, what's the best women's sport release? I always say the same thing. Team Upper Deck Team Canada has been the best women's sport release. The quality was amazing. Autos, game worn relics. It was great. Yeah, there were
Yeah.
boy cards involved, but it was just so good, which is why it stings so much, right? When you're spending $229 a box. Now,
Yeah.
again, so the two camps, you have the old ones, and the other camp would be people that just started collecting PWHL with their debut 2024 release, right? They don't have a lot, and a lot of them don't have huge histories collecting at all.
Right.
Very limited in the NHL because that's going to be important because some people will say, yeah, but NHL flagship doesn't have a lot of autos. And I said, right, but a lot of the collectors in PWHL aren't coming with vast experience with NHL upper deck products. They
Right.
have more experience with NWSL and WNBA. And at this price point in both NWSL and WNBA, you're getting an auto.
I mean, with NWSL at half the price, you're getting two autos.
Exactly. And at a print run, that is less,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's like that expectation, I think is hard. I also think autos should be plentiful, right? Like we want to get people excited. I'm not sure that new collectors get excited by opening 16 boxes, getting, you know, 2 numbered cards in every box, no autos, and 1 card under 50.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's closer to the traditional NHL release of an Upper Deck flagship product, right? Which is like impossible to hit on auto. They're kind of sprinkled in there occasionally. Like maybe you hit one in like 20 cases or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same build except less cards. And it's more expensive than the NHL is when it comes on upon release. Like
yeah,
sometimes you get like a McDavid and the product for him skyrockets, later, but you're out the gate, it's more expensive than the NHL.
but you've got Sarah Philly. Now, again, I have bad luck, right? I started watching Sophia Smith at Stanford and decided I was going to collect her. Expensive. And I started watching Sarah Fillier beat my Cornell team and just loved her game in 2020. And now she's good. But her Young Guns are now selling for 70 US dollars.
Those
Like,
base Young Guns?
yeah, and they're falling, right? So again, last year was a weird year because it was the debut product. Now, again, this is also where I think, and I've had really good conversations with folks at Upper Deck about this. Like, I don't think the rules that govern rookie cards in NHL products make sense in women's. So calling, Marie Poulin's rookie card from 2024 rookie, she's had cards for 15 years. Are you telling me that you can have an XRC for 15 years? To me, that's nuts.
Oh, it's
Doesn't make
100%.
any sense.
I think in producing the young guns, which it's also true sometimes in Goodwin. Like the young gun is not a true rookie card, but
Right.
it's their first. It was their inaugural PWHL card, so a lot of people who've been playing hockey for a long time, you know, on their national teams and overseas and whatever, got their young guns in this product. Even though
Right.
I don't think that uh, if anyone's considering it their true rookie card, that to me is like a little bit insane.
But and again, Upper Deck on some of the inserts we're putting Hillary Knight, rookie year 2024. She was born in the 80s,
Yeah.
right? Like they've had cards for a long time.
Is
But
it?
I think a
But
lot of new people that got in to flip and sell wanted to create a narrative that these were true rookies.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's their league.
Now
I can't
the
justify
hit is
like
on the back. The
it,
the Blue
the hit
Dazzlers, I think, are every five.
the hit is on the back, and for quality, I find it incredibly problematic when hits are on the back. What year was it? This year of WNBA Prism? Some year of WNBA Prism, it was on the.
Last was it last year?
I think it might have been 23. And I did not enjoy that at all.
And when people talk about years of WNBA products, like the 2024, like the rookie class of last year, their products have been out since for 7 years. Like when people say things like COVID was 5 years ago, I think that's wild. But when people are like, well, yeah, I mean, the Caitlin Clark's rookie cards have been out for a year, I'm like, oh no, it's been a decade, right? Here we go. Mueller.
Mueller, little dazzler.
Dazzler. The pinks are 1 to 20. The blues are 1 to 5. And I mean they're fun. They're recreating a lot of the, same kind of inserts and stuff from previous years. But it's a 50 card base set. At least the young guns this year are generally young guns. But again, last year they left off a lot of true young guns to put a lot of the older vets on.
Yeah, so I mean they were behind on it because the product build versus
Right, right,
what
right. Which, happens.
got a borrowed young gun.
Okay, go Fleet for us, Fleet. Now here's the really funny thing, of course, about this rookie class is that of the top six draftees, only Sarah Fillier is on the same team. Everyone else went out west during the expansion draft, where they basically pillaged all the original teams because they allowed them to keep and protect so few teams.
We got an Osborne Young Guns to 250.
All right, well there you
That's
go.
the deluxe parallel.
The deluxe.
The
How do
deluxe
you know it'll say deluxe?
says it right here.
Says it right there. And then
Right
if you get
here.
exclusive, it'll be red and it'll say exclusive.
And if you get a high gloss,
It'll say high gloss.
it'll say high gloss. And I think the numbering's in gold. I know.
I wouldn't know. I didn't get any of those. Thank you for reminding me.
What do you think about the UD Portraits design?
It's okay. It's fine.
More fleet with the Keller.
Yeah, Fleet will have a lot of hit. Keller was a kind of vet, but she had not had like the Team USA players have far less cards than Team Canada.
Yes.
Because they didn't like Hillary Knight, 2016 Olympics. But like for Megan Keller, last year's card, I would say would be her like rookie.
Oh, here we go. We got an exclusives. Oh,
When
it's a Frost player. Maybe you don't want this box anymore.
I mean, it is the Frost.
Little Panic.
Panic. Kelly Panic is not as evil as the rest of them. But look,
not as evil as the rest.
I mean, the Frost is just no. You can't only like no one outside of Minnesota roots for the Frost.
All right, so we got two numbered cards, and they usually
You're done. You're done
we're
with your
done
hit.
with our hits.
You
We'll keep ripping
you
it.
You much like me, I peaked. You peaked early.
I, I, I-
Cable.
what do you think about the elevated talent? That's a new insert for this year.
Eh. What's elevated? What does that mean?
Why does it say talent three times? Are we like calling Beetlejuice? Like that's my
Is it like
question.
elevated talent, talent, talent,
Talent, talent,
talent, talent?
echo, echo,
Some
echo.
of the call like I got my one. I don't know if I have it here. My one number card to 25 was a Sophie
Good. Luckily, we got
elevated.
Bilka.
And yeah, it's clearly you got a fleet bach. Bilka again, but Bilka isn't on again. Bilka's not on the fleet anymore. None of the rookies, like only Sarah
Only
Fillier,
fair affiliated.
basically are on the same team. So, um, I mean, it's yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you got the
we
pink.
got a little Campbell Dazzlers, pink Dazzlers.
There you go. The yep, the Kristen Campbell, little goalie Toronto.
Nothing like a woman's card in pink to just
I just got my period looking at it. Look at that. All that estrogen up. She's got all that estrogen come running.
outstanding.
Gotta get my PWHL Barbies. Get them all here.
Oh, I saw that you mocked those up, right? Have we actually seen them yet?
Tim Hortons. No, they went on sale like today at Tim Hortons. You can tell that by the people who have bought a ton and are flipping them. They ran fast. One of the best defenders ever.
You
So you can see
defenders, you know more about the secondary market of this because, like, don't sell any of my cards from this yet.
it's crazy. It's nuts.
Defenders. Oh, we got an outburst.
Oh, it's our big card.
Russian. We got a Russian.
Yeah. Perfect.
Chechenian.
Is she Chechen? There you go.
There you
One
go. Don't make me say that. Our outbursts. You know what? It's interesting that all the outbursts are young guns in this.
Mm-hmm. It was
They
like that. It
don't
was like that last year.
for NHL they don't do that. That I think is something
Now
that
they are doing blasters that are coming out on the 20th. It'll be the first.
yeah.
The print run must be ginormous. Last year's print run was like significant too. Because again, they hold back what maybe one third for EPAC.
For EPAC, yeah. They
So
I actually thought EPAC came out. I mean,
it
they
was cheap.
Belton. Yes, they put
They
out EPAC at what they initially thought that the product was going to sell for.
$115 at the
It
time the
was
price
great. I
was,
bought a bunch.
yeah, it
We
was
never
great.
do EPAC because I'm like, it's not,
It was
as a
great.
card shop owner, I
Yeah. Do you see do you see how that like lit up? Do you see the enthusiasm in that box?
I mean, we talked about menstruation, so it was not like that.
That's just a pink man.
Anne Marie made these at the National
I
of
did. I went a little
and
crazy. I made
and
some
because of
stand
this, I
my
now
friend.
have to wear the sunglasses every show.
I mean,
So
I could have done some wacky things on there.
if you're watching on on YouTube, you will see that the sunglasses are here to stay. Unfortunately, you'll never know what I'm truly thinking.
I mean, yeah, if there were I'd love to hear more perspectives that people have on the PWHL product.
Yeah,
Drop a comment in either YouTube or Instagram. Maybe we'll
yeah.
send you
Let us know.
let us know. I mean, again, people say, "Oh, I'm not trying to be too critical. I'm still opening boxes at the same time being like, this is not a great value. But that's
Yeah,
they
same, same.
sucker you because we
I
love it so much.
I think, look, I think that at the price point that it's at, the market is high for what it is. It's hard as a retailer not being in the market range. While at the same time, like I do think that this product, should have been about, volume one level pricing,
Yeah, I mean, and this was the
consumer.
thing with Volume One. Volume One was a great $115, $125 rip.
Yeah.
At
$100
$100.
on loop with bullpen. I'm just saying.
Yes. I mean, that was a great. We ripped a lot of boxes. Me and my friend. It was a great $100 product. It is a terrible $250 product. This product would have been a great $125 product. It is.
125, 100%. I think that's exactly where market should be on it.
It is not. I mean, people are selling it for 400 Canadian,
That is, I I don't
which I
know.
think is like 25 US dollars. But like it is. It
I
is.
don't think we've won that exchange rate by that much, but you know what are you gonna do?
It. That's what's hard.
100 US.
Well, Ty, this has been a fun ramble through our ADHD brains. So I am off to the Women's Rugby World Cup on Saturday,
That's very exciting.
one of the biggest women's sporting events in the world. So I'm going to be hanging there with the Collegiate All Americans, watching some women's rugby. I have a big collection of women's rugby cards, so I will probably bring some cards with me.
Yeah.
Maybe do some video content from there.
Can I in it when you get back? Can I let's do like a little recap and show some rugby cards. Maybe we'll talk about some women's rugby cards on the next show.
I think that would be great. But I also, again, I'd love to hear what people think about what we're talking about. If you think we're full of it, or we think you're geniuses, or maybe somewhere in between. Like, leave a comment. I mean, we don't really know what we're doing. We're just chatting.
Yeah, and if you want to come on and talk with us about women's sport cards, we will do that.
We love
Maybe,
hanging.
you
So
know, just, keep
you
it
don't even have to wear
PG.
sunglasses. So
Only I have to wear sunglasses because it's officially on the
it's on the stand.
it's on the stand that Anne Marie made for us to show off some
Well, you
cards.
also made t-shirts. Ty went a little crazy.
Yes, I made a hat. I didn't
You made a
love
hat.
how it turned out, but I'm wearing it anyway. So
We
yes,
have to
we
have at
t-shirts.
least we have to have at least like four people listening before we can actually make other merch.
Yeah, we will have more merch available to people for free. Well, I'm gonna give out some merch at some point.
Yeah.
We'll just
Like,
mail you merch and see if you'll put it on.
I think that makes sense. That's kind of creepy.
But I feel like I need us animated on the next hat. I need us on the hat.
I
You know,
mean, anything is possible. So, all right, Ty, I'm gonna go
Anne
have a Diet
Marie,
Coke.
you'll have a very safe travels. I can't wait to hear about it when you get back. Hopefully we'll have a date soon for Don Ross WNBA, so we can talk about that. We don't know when. But we'll see what happens in the meantime. Uh it was a pleasure as always. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, collect.her. And find us anywhere where you find your podcast at some point when we super figure out
You're
where we're
lying. You're
communicating.
lying about that.
I will tell
You're
you.
literally. It's gonna be like in about a month. It's gonna be like we're only on the dark web. We're only on the dark web.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows?
Find us on the subreddit.
Or
And
maybe we're like, you don't need to find us. We'll find you. How about there's something like that? So
that's
anyway,
terrifying. On
terrifying
that
actually.
note, farewell, everyone.
Farewell. See you later.